Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to the dig. Now there's really no reason why this won't be our last recording. I've said it before, but I've looked at the walkthrough, I know what to do, I've figured out the problems, and because of that, we are going to win. Turns out there's actually even two endings to this game, and I'll show what is what I saw is labeled as the second ending, which really there's one action that you can take different pretty much. So the problem last last episode, I like to call them recordings, but whatever. Uh, it gets confusing when you play an episodic game like The Walking Dead episode 1 and then you say the previous episode.
Robbins.
That people will get confused. What do you mean the
Never
episode?
mind.
As in the episode that the game is in, or episode as in what you're recording? Doesn't matter. So I call everything recordings. Uh, Problem with the last recording, to get back to that point, is we were supposed to get a rod from the alien, and we just didn't get it. Either he was supposed to hand it to us, or he put it down on the ground and we didn't pick it up, or something. So we've got to go back and talk to him and hope we can get that going. Now, since it's really just one small difference on the endings, I seriously doubt we'll bother to like reload to where we are right now and uh, and play the ending a second time. I think we could probably just watch the credits and be done with it. So stand here, and here's the crater's engraving. Right there, just another. It is just another one of these things that's so silly that how these point-and-click adventures are. Blue, it's just all blue everything. Good, that should be pretty easy to put in.
Robbins.
And that's why
Never
we
mind.
couldn't
Robbins.
find the code. Get out of the way,
Never
Robbins.
mind.
It's also a pretty bad trope of point-and-click adventure games that the exits are right where somebody's standing a lot of times too. I mean, honestly, I accidentally bump into people in video games because of things like that than I do in real life. Because, well, obviously, because real people know not to stand near doorways. It's probably a bigger issue of when somebody decides what the main elements of a image is going to be, a scene. They make that main thing so big that they don't leave enough room for any characters that might be walking around. So now we go to the map spire. Which one is the map spire? And here we go, look at the panel. I kind of wish they had done a little bit more with this area. So blue hexagon, blue hexagon, blue diamond, blue diamond. So this may be a long journey. Yeah, it is. It's gonna be all the way around for these last two. Notice it's not faster to go in order like this. In fact, it's slower because I'm moving more. It would be faster to sit here and click on just the first one. But in most games you can often change the second thing you do. A second thing while the first thing is still showing the shifting animation. So we're looking for blue hexagons. There we go. and blue diamonds. What's it gonna show us? Where is that?
So that's where the part is.
Assuming he gave us the right code.
Where is that though? Is that in the lab? Hmm. Just showing me a picture of it is certainly not enough. Hmm.
Robbins, do you get the idea that he really doesn't want us to succeed in repairing his machine?
Let's just find the missing piece.
Thanks.
Where was that though? The, I'm trying to think of every place I've been in the map, and it's been so many, and they've been so diverse, while still kind of maintaining a somewhat consistent narrative, visual narrative. So if it's not at the cathedral spire, could it be at the planetarium spire? Like,
Robbins.
nope,
Never
I don't
mind.
want to talk to you. That doesn't look right. Trying to think of every place. Is there a specific spot?
Yeah, right. Like I'm gonna stick my hand in some crack in the rock on an alien planet.
Let's see. If it was gonna be anywhere, wouldn't it be in the map area? Because that map area is huge. And see, I wish I could use the panel, then exit, then see it again. So, oops. But it doesn't show it to me again. So would I have to... Would I have to start over from scratch, or run one in circles all the way around? Probably. I'm sure Maggie will love being in here. Falls.
Wait for me while I check out the top of the falls.
Okay, but don't take too long.
Apparently didn't want to animate him or have him in this, have her in this area. That probably means that this isn't the right location.
I'm back.
Was there anything in this area ever? I part right here. Deductive reasoning here.
I wish I knew what's going to happen when I get this piece back in place.
It's kind of good writing to bring her back here, but then if you were gonna bring her back into this area, it would have been nice if she had actually had some dialogue like, "Oh, I hate this place," or "This place is so creepy." Well, why'd you bring me back here? Quickly, we're trying to move back to the lab. See, I can definitely get the feel that they're trying to have like a Myst-like experience here, with more sci-fi and less puzzles, and less slightly easier puzzles than Myst. Although these puzzles are kind of more difficult than an average LucasArts games. Some of them are. It's always the same issues with point-click adventure puzzles. You never get it quite as smooth as you would like. Hint systems weren't available usually, and always the pixel hunting stuff and everything else. Briggs, what's he doing here?
Where have you been?
Where have we been?
I need your crystals. All of them. Right now!
Come on, Brink. How many crystals can one man use?
Not for me, you fools. I need them for my machine. For science. Research. Give them to me!
Machine? What are you talking about?
I'm through talking! I'm not going to let anybody stand between me and the greatest scientific achievement in history.
I only have these few crystals left, Brink, but I'll be glad to share some of them if you want.
All of them! You didn't share anything, Lo. I took them! And it's a good thing you didn't fight me. I would have killed you to get these.
You would have tried.
You two will be nothing but a footnote in the annals of my achievements.
He didn't damage the machine part, did he?
You gonna respond to her? I guess not. Whatever, use the high part in the console.
It fits, but the machine still doesn't work. Did the alien lie to us? Or does the machine need something else? Looks like a life crystal would fit perfectly in here. Looks like a life crystal would fit perfectly in here.
So he just took all my life crystals and now I need them back. Let's go get some life crystals. I knew it was gonna be that it wasn't gonna be that easy. Not that that was particularly easy. The past two elements have been very difficult. The engraved key just being on the floor, almost impossible to see. 256 colors really makes that an issue. Really makes that an issue. If the resolution was a little higher and you just had 256 colors, you could do a black outline on things at the very least and improve that way. That would certainly create a more comic book style of animation, but it would make things a lot easier to see. This is now just called the Eye. We need to go to the Tomb Spire. And Well, before we go to Tomb Spire, we could just try the Museum Spire and go get some more life crystals this way. I took them all.
They're all gone.
So there's only one place to get life crystals now. And that is at the Tomb Spire. Let's see what he's doing. He's still working on it. Can we talk him down?
What are you doing here? I have no need for your help.
Let's talk to Brink.
Brink.
I need 2 glowing
There
crystals.
are side effects to the life crystals, Brink. They change your personality. They seem to be making you crazy.
Yes, the poor ignorant fools who slog through the mud of inferior mental functions. They look at brilliance and call it madness.
I think I know what piece is missing from your machine.
How can you know anything about this? You're not a scientist. You're just a strutting tin soldier.
I think it's the same piece that the eye generator needed. I think it's the key to all this technology. The alien inventor hid it because without it, none of the machines he considers dangerous will work.
Why would the creator of life crystals think they were dangerous?
Because the crystals make you feel so good that they take over your life. All you care about is getting more of them. He said it was the second worst mistake he'd made.
And the worst mistake?
The eye.
So you and Maggie, you keep telling me I'm crazy. But you plan to make an even worse mistake.
I'll make you a deal, Brink.
Yes, like the deal you made before. I keep my part, but you go back on it.
I didn't go back on it. I just wanted to talk about it with you first.
No deals with liars and thieves.
Brink, you need what I had to make your machine work. But if it works, then you'll have plenty of life crystals, right? You could share them with us and it wouldn't cost you anything, right?
If you have the missing parts, yes.
That's my deal. Your machine, my part. 50-50 on the life crystals.
I know you plan to cheat me.
We won't even come near the machine when it's running. You divide up the life crystals.
Then what's to stop me from keeping them all?
Because I am trained as a military man, Brink. And if I ever actually decide to fight you, I don't care how strong and healthy you are. You will lose. And then I will take them all. Got it?
Get your missing part and put it in my
Weird.
machine. Even liars and thieves can bargain as long as they watch each other very carefully.
Weird
Half the
dialogue.
life crystals, Brink. Remember?
You don't scare me, you hairless monkey.
Weird dialogue to get to. I mean, they never fully filled in these characters as consistent personalities. They're like kind of friendly at the beginning and then kind of not friendly. So we made the deal, let's get the piece. Give him the piece he wants. Let's see. Walk our way down here. This often is the problem in space movies in general, where one of the crew goes crazy, is that you've got a 2-hour movie, and you want the audience to feel something when the crew is betrayed by one of their friends, but for the movie to show that, they have to spend most of their time showing their friend who's going to betray
I
them
guess I'll take this with me.
as the betrayer and not as the friend. So, in the same case, it's like we, within the first quarter of this game, already were having conflicts with Brink that shouldn't have come. You could, I guess, have a surprise twist at the end of a story like this, and have like Maggie betray you right at the end in the last 10 minutes for no reason. And that would be a good twist, I guess, but then you would have no antagonist of the story for most of the rest of the game. I think we probably had enough antagonists for most of the game. Brink didn't need to go crazy as early as he did. He didn't need to die as early as he did. If he had, for instance, just stayed with us or done research or been assigned to do research and stayed off camera as he has anyways, he could have been secretly crazy the whole time. Instead of us finding him and realizing and dealing with him, fighting with him, robbing him, all that. And we certainly haven't played any very much fairer with him than he has with us. I mean, he makes at least somewhat cogent arguments that this guy is just a bully. And that's not who I want to play as the main character. He is kind of a little bit of a
I just
bully.
don't know how yet to link them up. I just don't know how yet to link them up.
Just give it to
Remember
Brink.
our deal, Brink. I fix your machine, I get half the life crystals.
But I divide them up. I remember very well.
So, examine the relic.
Brink's machine for making life crystals.
And then examine the eye part.
This must be the part for the eye machine. This must be the part for the eye machine. This must be the part for the eye machine.
Put that away. You take the eye part. Use it in the slot.
It fits perfectly. This is how the aliens designed the life crystal machine to work.
Nothing's happening.
Yes, it is. It's vibrating. Be patient.
Yeah,
Who
wouldn't
knows
it
how
be
fast it's
surprising
supposed to
if it took like a
We'll just
year
have to
to
wait.
make one life crystal?
Suits me fine. We'll split them 50-50, right?
Of course.
50-50. Look, there's one. And another.
2.
Is that all? Just 2? I need more than 2.
I don't know about that, Brink, but it's a sure thing I need more than 1. You still have all the crystals you stole from me and every other place on these islands.
Don't touch them.
50-50, you said, Brink. Well, you must have hundreds of life crystals. It's not even 50-50 if I take these 2.
I mean, come on,
I
man.
knew you were a liar and a cheat.
He is a liar
You
and a
weren't
cheat.
gonna let me have even one of these.
I'll make the machine even better. It will produce more.
Not till we're gone, it won't. I need that machine part to run the eye generator.
You will take nothing from this machine, you lying thief!
Once the eye is working, you can either come back with us to Earth, Or you can stay here, take the part out of the eye generator and put it back in your own machine. Just have a little patience.
This is so ridiculous. It's like so dumb. We've come to this.
No! My machine is stopping! You've wrecked my machine! You're a dead man!
Brink, please. We don't have to fight. You can have the part back after we're done with it.
Everything you say is a lie!
It kinda
Maggie, tell
is.
him. If you say a word, Maggie, I'll kill you too!
Brink, don't make me hurt you.
Ugh.
You won't hurt me when you're dead!
Conveniently, he tripped.
Oh, Maggie, please believe me. I didn't want to hurt him. I didn't want him dead.
It wasn't Brink who died here. Brink died when he fell down the hole when we first arrived. What just fell over the cliff was someone else. Someone alien. Created by those death crystals.
Maggie, are we making an even worse mistake? By
Probably.
activating the eye?
Staying in this world any longer than we have to, that's the worst mistake we could make.
That was a heck of a
We've got to do
justification
anything
to,
we can to survive.
after immediately seeing him fall
What
to
if
his
we die
death.
trying?
Don't you get it, Boston? This place is worse than death. I'd rather die than stay here.
I honestly don't think it really is. So let's see, can we put this eye part in the slot? So how many crystals do I have now?
I have many crystals.
Many crystals now. See, it doesn't matter what happens here though. If the story of these crystals ever existed, ever got out, guaranteed the US government would want to research it. Absolutely. I mean, it is science changing, the thought that you could bring any life form even somewhat close to being back from being dead. Let's see, Cathedral Spire, here we go. To the lab we go, and let's activate the eye. Again, I don't really feel like there's much wrong with this planet. If you just don't use the crystals, if you can find some food, if you can make some shelter, you could just live in there pretty peacefully. Now, I would say they have at least a decent chance here to go back with the eye here. At least you'd hope you have a chance. But it's not like you are constantly attacked by monsters. You are only attacked by one monster. And it's not like there's lava flowing everywhere, or it's 150 degrees outside, or negative 20 below or something. The weather is moderate. There's lots of water.
The alien was right.
It doesn't
This
seem
thing
that
has already
bad.
killed one of us. But it's back in place.
So we take the glowing crystal, put it here. Take another glowing crystal, put it here.
The crystals Brink died for.
Machine part and all that. I think we just exit now. And do we do something on the console? Or do we do anything?
It's a row of crystalline devices.
Do we do anything with the strange objects? Do I have to race to hit all of these? I don't think that would happen. No, by the time you got one done, you would be too late. Controls. Where'd Maggie go?
I don't know how to work these controls.
By the way, where did Maggie go?
Robbins. Poor Brink. Dying one miserable death wasn't good enough.
Whatever died the second time, it wasn't Brink. It was the evil of the crystals manifested in Brink's body.
Real scientific there.
Thanks.
It seemed if it's just like instant justification is instant adjustment. I kind of wish both of them were a little bit more shaken up by all that. Maggie in particular was not really shaken up when Brinks died the first time. She's not really shaken up the second time. It's just cold. Let's go to the eye.
It doesn't look safe to walk there.
We put the thing in there. Did we not activate the... I guess we didn't activate it. So what do we need to do to activate it? Alien device. Maybe this alien device is...
I don't know what to do with this device.
How do we
Robbins.
activate it?
I feel like I'm just what he called me. A traitor. A liar.
You are.
You were dealing with a madman. You were trying to save him, too.
Do you think we should try this part in the eye?
It's probably our only chance of getting home.
You're the one who read the alien books.
Oh, I had to talk to her.
What exactly happens when we turn
That's
it
weird,
on
it
with
just
enough light
jumps
crystals
to
in
it.
It would have taken me years to read everything, Boston. And I didn't understand half of what I read. But there's no doubt that this machine is dangerous. The alien warned us it might cost us more than we expected.
What does that mean?
It might mean that just turning on the machine might kill us.
You mean he booby-trapped the thing?
I mean that the machine may draw on more than life crystals. It may drain the life out of whoever uses it.
Then I'm running the controls.
Don't be absurd. It might do nothing, too. Or it could kill whoever isn't at the controls. I just want to tell you.
No goodbyes. We're gonna make it home together, Maggie.
I'm not sentimental, Boston. I wasn't going to say goodbye. I just want you to promise me something.
After you saw me break every promise I made to Brink, you want me to make another one to you?
Good point.
What happened with Brink couldn't be helped, Boston. I know you'll keep your word with me.
What's the promise?
If I die and you live, don't use any life crystals on me. Don't revive me. Do you understand?
Are you sure?
I saw what Brink became. I don't want that to happen to me.
And he did become
You
that
wouldn't be
kind of
saving
after
Maggie
the first
Robbins.
one.
You'd be creating
It's a very
monster
addictive.
with my memories, my face. Don't do it. Promise me.
I promise, Maggie. And vice versa, okay?
All right.
And now you tell me the truth about something, Maggie. Are you sure you didn't find out somewhere that something bad happens to the person at the controls of this machine?
Boston, I don't know any more than you do about what will happen when I switch this thing on.
If that's a lie, I'm gonna be really ticked off, Maggie.
Yeah, I know. Here we go.
That's an interesting shape. Why 4 different sets of controls? You'd think with their level of technology they could get it all on one panel.
It's stuck. I'll have to pry it open.
Be careful. Maggie! Maggie, you liar! You knew this would happen.
The eye.
It worked. The eye is restored.
Worth it then. Go home.
Maggie.
So then I have a choice to make. She did lie. I do have glowing crystals. I could force her back. But on the other hand, she did also make me promise, and she does make a great argument that it is just going to be a monster coming back. Although, you do need a guinea pig to show NASA anyways the effects of these crystals, so maybe it's for scientific reasons it would be better to bring her back anyways. Who cares if it's Maggie or a monster? Both are scientifically relevant. Being a scientist at heart, I think I'd bring her back as a guinea pig. Not sentimentally. If I was being sentimental, I would honor my word and not bring her back, even though she lied. But I think there's value in more experimentation here. For all we know, it affects women differently. For all we know, it affects everyone differently. Come back to life, my guinea pig. Maybe I just wanted to see another cutscene.
Oh no! Lo! I begged you!
Ouch. That kind of sucks. Interesting, he's gonna stand up from a kneeling position. Haven't seen very many Scum VM games or point-click adventures do that. Usually the characters are always standing in the same pose. The transition there probably cost a lot of extra animation time. So she killed herself. Well, we tried. Bye bye guinea pig. You don't even know if it made her go crazy. And it released... Is this the same guard dog or some other
I
guard
should have
dog?
known the inventor would have one more trick up his sleeve.
Well, he's on the light bridge, right? So, we've still got this rib cage. Can we put the rib cage on the light bridge and get him to come towards it?
It won't do anything.
Let's see. Is there any other items we could use? Nope. I guess what we just want to do is turn this off.
That was the inventor's last chance to stop me. I will get out into space-time 6. I will bring the people of this place back home, and they will build me a starship that will take me back to Earth.
That is quite determined. So we'll reconnect this. And go through the eye. And see if this works. Through the eye to a new dimension. Space-time 6.
I guess this is the real test.
I still
Can
really
a
hate that
practical guy from Earth do
thought.
what all the builders of this place failed to do? Can I go into space-time 6 and still find my way back to reality? Only one way to find out.
He's like totally willing to risk everything for this tiny chance at going home. Let's step into the portal and find out. See what happens. Lots of animations in this game. A lot of cutscenes.
A guy could get lost here real easy. No, I'm not going any farther into this place. I'm staying here, where I can get back out again.
You are as strong as we hoped, human.
I can understand you.
In space-time 6, all living minds communicate perfectly. You stand at the doorway, human. You show us all the pathway back to life. To reality. To a place where we will someday die, yes, but we will have a life before we die.
Every past and future. I can see them all, but which one is real?
Go back now, human. Take me home.
Well, we did it. Amazingly.
My people have their bodies, their bones, their lives again. We owe you a great debt, Commander Lowe.
All I want, now that my friends are dead, is to go back to Earth and tell the story of how they died.
Why not let them tell their own story?
I wish.
You knew the way home, but I know all the other paths through time and space.
Wait, don't go back there.
I have brought you a gift.
Maggie. Brink. You're alive again.
We were lost, but this being found us and led us back.
Maggie. When you died,
Oops.
Man, I'm glad to see you.
I guess I get the bad ending.
I don't know if I'm glad to see you, Boston. You broke your promise to me.
I'm sorry. I just didn't want to go on without you.
But you knew that what the crystals bring back isn't life. It wasn't me.
That's not
But
the
it's
reason
you
I
now.
did it.
Yes. Well, yes, it is.
And I'm free of the madness of the crystals, too.
He looks
You did
old.
it, Flo.
Look how old he
No,
looks.
it was our friend here.
No, the credit belongs to you. We once revered a great inventor because he opened the door to unchanging eternity. But you opened the passageway back into true life.
All I am is a guy who wants to get back home.
Already my people are preparing a great crystal starship to take you there.
But we can come back, can't we?
You and any others who wish to come. You are a young people, strong and full of hope and passion. We have much to teach you, and you have much to share with us as well. There will be friendship between our species forever.
I hope you're right. Not all human beings are as, nice as us.
Oh, I know that. All young species are alike that way. But don't worry.
Nice. None of these guys were nice.
If any of your people try to pick a fight, you'll mash them like bugs.
How reassuring.
The ship is almost ready. Go home and tell your people what has been accomplished here.
Telling the people. That's Maggie's job.
And getting us home, that was yours. You did it, Boston.
Thank you, Boston.
We all thank you, Boston Low.
And we did it, and we go back, and I irritated Maggie. So, slightly different ending there, I suppose, if I'd kept my promise. But in the end, it's not going to really change the game so much that you'd want to go back and play it. So it's based on the Steven Spielberg concept, and you can definitely feel that. Additional story by Steven Spielberg, and additional story by Brian Moriarty. That's a weird way to phrase it. And then Deep Impact came out 3 years after this, and several other movies that this feels like a predecessor to. It's really, really strange that there isn't a remake of this. I mean, you got big names on it, you got good voice acting. All we need is the graphics to get a little bit better, maybe the writing to get tightened up a little bit, because the characterizations of some of the characters kind of went back and forth a little bit. Music's good, the puzzles are alright. Look at those copyrights, like, that's not even copyrights, that's like P. What is that, for pending? Or patents? Wow. I don't even know what a P in parentheses is. Again, run using the Scum engine, script creation utility for Maniac Mansion. Very, very good game. When you compare this to the Silent Age, which I haven't really been doing too much of it. In fact, I haven't been saying too much about this game anyways, because there's so much dialogue. So much more dialogue than the Silent Age. Every single thing you click on, every single conversation, fully voiced by good voice actors. That's how they did it 25 years ago. Why did the Silent Age not... Why didn't they do that this year? I mean, it makes no sense at all. If you can't afford voice actors, don't hire them at all. But certainly don't have them do 6 conversations in your entire game. In comparison to the puzzles in the Silent Age, the Dig actually mostly has straightforward puzzles. There's no crazy silliness going on here. When we used the shovel, it was always on something that you would realistically use a shovel on. But there was a lot more items in our inventory than the Silent Age. There was a lot more areas to travel than the Silent Age. This is by far way better a game, even in 2016. Now, maybe I am a little nostalgic here, but I didn't remember a lot of this, and you certainly are still having the old school problems of point-click adventures clearly depicted here. Resolution's too low, 256 colors is too low, Items often are hidden right on screen. They're too small. It's hard to find them. Uh, Conversations sometimes are required to be done to get certain things, and then it gets confusing if you don't have those conversations. Uh, we certainly ran into that once. Available from the Dig novel is available and the audio drama. Yes, really. Grateful thanks to Eternally. A lot of credits here. Uh, really an incredible sci-fi story. It's still good in 2016. Uh, didn't do anything too crazy, uh, and didn't do anything too cliche, really. So, yeah, I still love this game, and I still enjoyed playing it in 2016. It's not a, old things aren't just immediately bad. Very special thanks to George Lucas and Steven Spielberg. I didn't know George Lucas had anything to do with this. The end. So you assume that they go back. It would be kind of sucky if they put him in a crystal ship and sent him somewhere else. The worst thing I can say about this game is that it sometimes locks you out. It sometimes locks you out of the save game. And then it just ended and closed the program. So I'm not going to have you sit as a black screen. Loved it, loved it, loved it. I will play a lot of the older games, but I'm going to try to keep them as spare and far between each other because there's a lot of new point-click adventure games too for this time slot. So I don't want to go 3 months or 2 months in a row of playing just a really old game and then a really old game. But you can definitely look forward to playing some of the old games. Now, some things are just way too old. Maniac Mansion, for example, is too old of a game. It is way too low resolution and way too few colors. It would look awful. Anything that requires me to type to input anything, if I can't use a mouse, probably not going to play anything like that. But this is a 25-year-old game. I'm still happy playing that. That's quite a range. Anywho, we're done with the series. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you thought. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment if you want to, and watch every second of my videos. All of that helps out. If you want to support me, you can click on my name, Rydo. On the right will be a blue button that says support this channel. Also, you can click on my name, Rydo, go to the playlist tab, see the playlist for all the other games I've seen. If you haven't watched The Silent Age, go watch that series. See the comparison. See how it's just lacking on things for no apparent reason. And then down below in the description box, there are links to Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, Google+, Steam, and Bell.net. So follow and friend me on all of those services. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.